Hi, we're here to explain how to work the espresso machine for your parties that you're going to be working at. We're going to go over the parts of the machine first. This is the espresso machine. With your espresso machine, you should be getting 3 hotel pans that look like this. One is going to be for your used grinds that you're dumping into. One is for your new grinds of decaf, and one is for your new grinds of regular. This is your coffee dispensing handle unit. You're going to be putting your espresso right in here. You're going to be using a spoon, we're going to show you later, to press it down lightly. You will also be getting a milk pitcher, as well as your demi-tasse cups and saucers. And you should also be getting clear water pitchers. Let's go over what the buttons on the espresso machine mean. Right here is your on and off switch. This is your boiler on switch, or your heat switch. This yellow light right here indicates that there's no water in your water tank. When this yellow light goes on, it explains that the water is ready to boil. Over here is your pressure gauge. Up here is your hot water spout. And up here is your hot water nozzle to let out the hot water. This little button right here is to make 1 cup of espresso. This is your steam nozzle, which in effect turns on the steam which comes out. Right here, you're going to put your little cup with your espresso shot in it up under here. This tube goes into your pitcher of milk. It sucks out the milk, mixes with the steam, shoots it out here in a frothy little blend of milk, which tops your cappuccino. Up here on the top of the unit, which is actually in the front top of the unit, we were just showing you the back of the unit, which is facing you as a server. You have 3 different tubes up here that you must be aware of. This tube right here that comes out is the water softener. This tube with nothing on it is the water overflow tube, just in case it overflows. There is also a third one that's attached to the wall inside here that is the water level gauge. This is the water tank pulled out of the hole that it was sitting in, along with its 3 tubes. Inside you can see that there's a little crosshatch in there that your water level gauge clicks into, just so you know. So this little bucket can be pulled out and dumped of water, as well as running the water through the system when it's hot at the end of the usage of it, to make sure that the whole espresso machine is clean of grinds and coffee and everything like that. So make sure this is empty of water at the end of the day, as well as running your machine, like have a flow of hot water run through it. And we'll show you that later. So we'll put this all back. Snap the water level in, and then just have these free floating in there. Step is to plug it in. Alright. We are now going to fill up your espresso machine with water. There is a line on your water tank that also says max, as in maximum. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is a line. We're going to fill water up into that, not over it. And we're going to be careful not to spill too much. It's about 2 liters, it says in the manual. It's going to be a little bit more than 1 pitcher of water. When you're pouring your water, make sure the water is clean and that there's no debris in there, because the espresso machine has been in the warehouse. Hopefully it's clean, but things happen, dust, fleas, whatever. Just make sure that water is clean, because people are drinking it. Next, you're going to put your lid back over your water tank to close it. Okay. Another step when setting up your espresso station is to pour your grinds that you receive into each container, and try and remember which is which. A good trick would be to keep the bag next to it so you know what is regular and what is decaf. This is our regular espresso. It comes in a bag. Kind of put it underneath. Our decaf more than likely comes in one of the Illy tins. And please be aware that a lot of people, when they do ask for decaf, they might be asking it for medical reasons. So don't switch it or forget or just don't care. Make sure they do get their decaf. Okay, now that your grinds are in their hotel pans and you have milk in your milk pitcher, you're going to start by turning on your machine. We went over that this is the power switch right here, the little button that has a circle with a line in it. You're going to push that on. If for some reason your right yellow light comes on, it is explaining to you that the water is being basically dispensed into the boiler tank to heat up. If it's not coming on, you can go ahead and push on your heat switch, which will commence the heating of the water. Once you've pushed on your on switch and your heat switch, give it about 20 minutes to heat up. After that 20 minutes, we're going to test out a shot of espresso. Alright, you're going to know when your 20 minutes are up when your pressure gauge hits 15 pounds, and then your machine will be ready to produce an espresso shot. Alright, so it's been 20 minutes. Our pressure gauge has gone up to 15. If it goes above, it's fine. It just needs to hit 15. First step in making a cup of espresso is to get your coffee dispensing unit. You're going to go, let's say somebody wants a cup of regular coffee, as in a cappuccino. You're going to take 2 scoops, heaping scoops of espresso into your tamper, pat it down a little bit, and you're going to wipe off the edges. There can be no espresso around the rim. You're going to go to up here, you're going to click it in place. Make sure that it is tightly locked. Your tamper gets locked up into this unit right here. I'm going to put it up. It only fits in one way, so you got to fiddle around with it, and you're going to lock it in place. Next step is to put your espresso cups underneath. That's where your shots are going to come out, one underneath each spout. And then we are going to hit this button up here to dispense the coffee. When it hits the halfway mark in your cup, you are going to press this button again. You will also notice that the liquid that was coming out was a little bit clearer. Now that you have 1 shot of espresso, you're going to pour it into your demi-tasse cup. And then we are going to put in our steamed milk to make a cappuccino. You need to make sure that your milk pitcher here is filled with milk. It needs to be like very, very cold milk. For demonstration purposes, we're just using whole milk today. More than likely you are getting skim milk at your parties. So we're just going to use whole milk today. You can pour it up 3/4 of the way. That should be enough. I would keep your milk at your station, maybe under the table, because you probably will be going through it. Let's just discuss what this apparatus here is. This tube is actually sucking up your milk into this apparatus right here, which is mixing with the steam, which is coming out of here. There is a nozzle on here. All you have to worry about this nozzle is that it's at L. The white little arrow thing needs to be pointing at L. Right. And then the other important thing that you need to know, right here, it's got a little flappy thing here. This is where your steamed milk is coming out of. So that is where you're holding your cup underneath. So we do have our cup of espresso already made. We're going to put it underneath here. and we're going to be turning on our steam. Turning it off because it hit the rim, and there's your cappuccino. No light on the right going on here. That just means that it is heating up water that is being filled back into the boiler, basically refilling what we've used in our cup that we've made just now. Alright, when you are done with your 2 shots that you've made, you want to clean out your tamper. So you're going to unlock it. It spills in here. We're going to take care of that with some hot water. But the grinds that are still in your tamper, you're going to tamp out into your empty hotel pan. Try to be as quiet as possible. I know this is going to make a lot of noise. Hit the rim of the hotel pan with the rubber part of your handle to decrease noise so that you're not bothering anybody at the party, making a racket. Clean out the water from the system from this end of the machine. Put your tamper back in, lock it in place. Put your 2 espresso shot cups underneath. We're just going to run it until we see clear water. The manual says for you to do it about 3 cups worth. I think we're going to be good here with just doing it once. It's to your prerogative. We just want clear water. We're just going to wipe out your tamper so that it's ready to go back in its box. Wipe out your cups. You're going to use hot water on a rag to wipe down your surfaces here. The back, it splashes. Catch up there, there's grinds. Just wipe it all down for the next person. Now we're going to empty out the back, but first I would suggest that we're turning this off. The heat button and the power button. We're going to unplug it when you're done. We're going to open up the water tank. The water is not hot in here, so don't be afraid. This cold. I'm going to pull out the water level. And we're going to pull out our water tank. And get rid of this. We're going to put it back in the way it came. Put your water level in its little crosshatch. Water softener. Other tube. Close this back up. We're going to wipe down the top since it has water on it. It is a little warm to the touch, the whole machine, because it's been on. The last thing to check, I'm sorry, not the last thing, second to last thing to check is under your grill here. There is water. This does come out. Just be careful. We're also going to dump this in an appropriate place, as well as making sure that there is residual coffee grinds in there. Wipe that all down. Now that we've dumped it out, we put the plastic tray back in, wipe this down a little bit better, snap it back in. Alright, so the last thing that we have to do is clean out our milk and steam dispenser. So we're going to use any leftover water that we have in a pitcher, and we're going to put that under there so that we can clean out our milk from our water dispenser.
Okay, so now what we need to do is clean from the milk dispenser and the coffee machine. To do that, you have to run hot water through the tube to make sure that all the milk is cleaned out. Put the tube in one pitcher, put another empty pitcher under the dispenser, turn on the steam. You want to run a fair amount of water through this to make sure that all the milk residue is cleaned out. Finish, turn off the steam, check the tube, make sure that it's clear, and then you're finished. Throughout the evening, when you are working your espresso machine, you want to make sure that you are always full of water. You want to make sure that you have a pitcher of water ready to go. If this runs low, you have to refill it throughout the evening. If it ever runs completely out of water, and you have to add it in from scratch, all the pressure in the machine will drop, and you'll have to wait another 20 minutes before you can serve another cup of espresso. So make sure throughout the evening to continue